So we're getting into the end of week 6. Just finished up. I'm going to do what I think the prediction is for the playoffs in the next 6 under. So the top 10 plus the 4 playoff spots. I'll start at number 10. I think Texas will end up in number 10. They've started off slow, but I think they've gotten to where they need to be to at least get into that 10 spot when this is all over for the regular season. I got Oregon at 9. That's really all I got about Oregon. They're an on and off team. Slow start, but a strong finish, I feel like. Number 8, I got Wake Forest. They played that one game against Clemson, and I think that they're just going to continue winning and just be probably the second best team. I think they are the second best team as of right now, but that can change. At number 7, I have UCLA, just because I thought they haven't really played anyone, but they played a Utah team who's good, and won that game from the start, so that's good job to them. TCU just played Kansas, who Kansas has been on a roll. TCU has beaten Oklahoma, who we found out who is not really as good as they should be or have been in the preseason, because Oklahoma got beat against Texas pretty bad. So I have TCU at 6, being the second team put out. Okay, so the first team to be put out, sitting at number 5, when I think this is all over, is Georgia. And the reason why is because they've played sloppy this year. I know they're the number 1 team now. I don't think they're going to be the number 1 team. I would have Tennessee on this list, but Tennessee has to prove, can they beat Georgia? Alabama doesn't matter. That's going to come up. Alabama, the only reason why that team would matter for Tennessee is just for bragging rights. They have to beat Georgia to go to at least be in the top 10, in my opinion. Can they do it? I think so, but I'm going to stick with Georgia just because it's Georgia, and I think they have a better shot of winning. So I got Georgia there, but I don't think they'll beat Bama, a healthy Bama team. I know they're not healthy right now, but that's over 6 weeks away before they probably would play, if it goes that way. So, yeah. I have, sitting at the number 4 spot, at number 4, at number 4, I have USC, the Southern Cal, to get into the playoffs. Be the first Pac-12 team since Washington, the Huskies. And I think they'd be the 3rd team to ever get in there, because it was Oregon the first year, Washington the second year, or a couple years down the road. And yeah, I have them to get in there. I think Lincoln Riley's done an amazing job there, and I think they're the best team in the Pac-12 and have a very easy shot to get in. They just have to play tougher teams down the road, but I think they can handle them fine. Number 3 should be no surprise. Clemson is going to be in this. They play in a very bad. They're in the best situation possible right now. For as bad as the team they are, they're in the best situation as possible. Where they're not going to play anyone. I think the best team they played was probably Wake Forest, and they're not going to play Wake Forest ever again, because I think they're on the same division, and I don't know who the best team on the other side is, but I think it's just going to be an easy straight sail forward to get into the playoff again for Clemson. Number 2, I know this sounds bad, especially because they dropped pretty bad today, but I have Alabama at number 2. I don't know what else to say to you. Yes, but they played a close game against A&M and almost lost. But you also got to realize that was a second-string quarterback in their whole entire game. And I hate to say it like that, but you have to look at that as well. Bryce Young is probably going to get fully healed, or at most best feeling better by the time they probably play Georgia. And even if Bama loses one game, they're probably going to get in. Because if you beat an undefeated team that's high-ranked and you stay a high-ranked team, you're probably going to get in. And number 1, I'm just going to have to say this. I don't know why this team isn't ranked number 1. I hate that I'm going to say this because I don't like the conference they play in. I think everyone outside of them is not any good. Ohio State should be the number 1 team in the nation right now. Other than the Notre Dame game, they've put up over 40 points every single game. Other than Notre Dame, Ohio State should be number 1 right now in the nation. And that's all I have to say is make Ohio State number 1. I don't care who any of these other teams have played, whether they've been ranked or unranked. Ohio State's putting a good amount of points on teams, and it's scary the amount of points they're putting on teams. So, yeah. That's the prediction. Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, and USC to be the 4 teams that get in, as currently after week 6.